Oriire funo, good tidings to you. I pray that you're feeling awake, aware, and elevated in mind, body, and spirit, wherever you are and whatever may be happening around you. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. I am Baba Umar, Oluranse Emese, voice of the MSA, member of the Isoro Traditional Council of Chiefs, Oluwo of the House of Umar, and Babalao of Ile-Ife Orisa, the House of the Mysteries of the Orisha. This Ile, this spiritual house, our website, and these video lessons are sanctioned by the Isoro Traditional Council of Chiefs in Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Oriire, abundant blessings to our Egbe, our online community of subscribers that's growing daily. Thanks to you. Thank you for joining us for another lesson in our video blog series. Remember, as a member of our Egbe, you can support each other's spiritual journey by posting your questions and uplifting comments in the comment section below. You can also email me using the description, the link below in the description, if you wish to contact me on some personal matter. If you're new to these video lessons, we invite you to click the links below to become a subscriber and member of our Egbe. Also, click the notification button to stay up to date and share this resource with your family, friends, associates, and anyone you feel may benefit from this wisdom. Homage to the one who sends and to those who are sent. Homage to Orisha and Egun. Our topic for this video is the purpose of religion, part 1. So many of us, when we come into the world, we are immediately indoctrinated into a religious worldview. And for those of us coming up in the West, to a significant degree, we're indoctrinated into the worldview of Eurocentric Christianity. Not all, but that is one of the dominant influences in the lives of most of us. So we're going to look at this subject of religion and see if we can break it down to help us to eradicate the constraints that are on us because of the cultural indoctrination that we've received. If we're trying to move into the realm of Ifa, then we need to strip away some old ways of thinking about religion. Religion is defined as the belief in and worship of a supernatural or superhuman controlling power, especially a personal God or gods. There's still debate in the West about the validity of science versus religion, something that is not really an issue for indigenous religions, but we'll get to that. Religion offers a particular system of faith and worship. Many people are adherents of the world's great religions, so-called, while many others hold to their traditional indigenous systems of belief. Religion is a pursuit or interest in what someone ascribes to be supreme importance. Many people in the West pursue consumerism as a religion. I mean, the word religion is just referring to a practice, the way that you operate in relation to something. It could be a supreme being, a supernatural power, a superhuman controlling force, or it could be just something that you devote yourself to in a way of worshiping it, like in the West, consumerism. In this video lesson, we want to explore the subject of religion as it relates to the belief and worship in a supernatural or superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. The word religion originates from the Latin religio, meaning obligation, bond, or reverence, or the Latin religiaro, meaning to bind. So let's take a moment to consider these ideas of obligation, bond, reverence, and to bind. Obligation. Obligation is an act or course of action to which a person is morally or legally bound. It implies a duty or a commitment. It refers to the condition of being morally or legally bound to do something. It indicates a debt of gratitude for a service or a favor that has been rendered. It also suggests a binding agreement, a contract of sorts, committing a person to a payment or other reciprocal action. This notion of religion raises certain questions. What is the act or course of action to which religion morally or legally binds the devotee? And I want you to think of these questions relative to you, the religion that you were brought up in, and your pursuit of Ifa. What is it that the devotee must do? What is the nature of the debt for which gratitude is due? What is the service or favor that has created this debt? What is the structure of the agreement that makes religion binding? Bond. Religion is a bond, creates a bond, a thing used to tie something or fasten things together. Physical restraints used to hold someone or something prisoner, especially ropes or chains. The ability of two or more objects to stick to each other. Two magnets create a bond between each other. A force or feeling that unites people. So again, our mind is provoked to ask certain questions. What is the nature of the thing that is used to tie or fasten the devotee to the religion? Since the bond is not something physical like ropes or chains, what is it? What is the nature of the force or feeling that allows religion to cause individuals to adhere to the religion? What is it that elicits feelings of unity among the devotees of the same religion? And again, ask yourself these questions relative to the religion that you came up in, and ask yourself these questions relative to your pursuit of Ifa and what you understand of Ifa thus far. The idea of reverence. Reverence is a deep respect for someone or something. A gesture indicative of respect, like a bow. Okay. Reverence. This again raises some questions. To whom is this deep respect due in the particular religion? And how is this reverence and respect shown? So we ask again, what is the purpose of religion? Religion is not an end goal. It's not an end in itself. Religion is a means to a greater end. Unfortunately, many people believe religion is an end in and of itself, and that once they have it, their journey or task is done. They're devoted to the religion rather than being devoted to the purpose of the religion. It's this tendency to be devoted to the religion rather than the purpose of the religion that causes so much division within and between various religions. You know, statements and thoughts like, I'm more devoted to the religion than he or she is. Our interpretation of the religion is more correct than their misinterpretation of the religion. Our religion is better than their religion. Ours is the only true religion. All of these expressions are misguided because they all fail to recognize the purpose of any and all religions in the life of the individual seeker. Remember our original definition of religion here. Religion is defined as the belief in and worship of a supernatural or superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. The purpose of all religions is to point the devotees in the direction of realizing the nature of this supernatural or superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods, and to understand how we, the seeker, are connected to, bound to this god or gods. This is why those who seek power and control over humanity have seized upon religion as an effective tool for deluding the masses of human beings. And this is why it is so important to recognize and to stress statements that you've heard me make many times. Ifani ki isen. Ifa is not a religion. Ifa contains religion, but it's not, we can't sum it up by saying Ifa is a religion. Ifa ba wo ayeshishe. Ifa is how the universe works. Ifani iwati aye. Ifa is the nature of the universe. When we internalize these three statements, when we arrive at the proper understanding of what Ifa is, then we can escape the hypnosis of social conditioning, the conditioning that traps us into treating Ifa as though it's Christianity or some other religious tradition. The purpose of all religions is to provoke inquiry into the true nature of things, and especially in our own true nature. But the way that we're indoctrinated into religions in the West, we don't get that impulse to self-inquiry. We get a litany of do's and don'ts. And, you know, hey, folks get up, they go to church on Sunday, and then they go back to whatever it is that they were doing during the week, good or bad. And then they go to church on Sunday, and then they, you know, so it's that kind of thing. It's not something that influences the total life cycle of the individual. It's a process, excuse me, that's practiced intermittently. And then in between those practices, there's business as usual. So the purpose of all religion is to provoke inquiry into the true nature of things, and especially into our own true nature. We can only perceive expressions of, indications of, suggestions of the presence of a supernatural, all-powerful, creative God through our observations of the objective reality, the world out there. We can see the sun, the moon, the stars, the clouds, the ocean, the multiplicity of life forms and the whole process of life. And we can see, we can induce through those observations that there must be something greater. There must be an all-powerful creator, a supernatural being out there. But it's out there. We can, however, experience the nature of our relationship to this omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, sentient entity through self-inquiry. By peeling back the layers of delusion, escaping the hypnosis of social conditioning, and discovering that part of ourselves that is permanent and eternal and unchanging, that which remains as a witness after all of the ever-changing and impermanent aspects of our sense of self is stripped away. That part of us is referred to as our Oriire, or our Iponri, the God force present in every aeon, every human being. Religion can offer the devotee a practice to build onto until they are ready to pursue the journey and the discovery to which religion is pointing. Again, religion is not an end in itself. It's a pointing. It's something that points out a destination to be achieved, to be arrived at. Once one, quote, has religion, they're only beginning the journey at that point. The journey will inevitably cast the religion into a whole new light. Ifa points us in the direction of discovering the nature of our true self. That part of us that is our Kadara, our divine share of the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, sentient entity that we call Orisun, the source, Olofi-dumare, the divine source of all things. We're going to continue this into part 2. There's so much more to be said. And this is an overview of, religion in general. We want to now begin shifting into a deeper understanding of Ifa, the spiritual tradition of Ancestor and Orisa worship. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Oriire. May the unblemished cloth of Orunmila continue to clothe us with the wisdom of the here and the hereafter. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Ki Olo-Dumare Orisha ati egun, fifune ni itona imoye ati opo ire. May Olo-Dumare Orisha and Egun bestow on you guidance, wisdom, and abundant blessings. Ifo Kanbele, peace of mind from Olo-Dumare. Ajo Lo, Ajo Bo. We go out together, we return together. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo.